Our target audience is mainly, I would say, those that are suffering from any kind of mental health or substance use disorders and reside in our county. And mainly, especially the ones that are not as inclined, that have the capability to go get services with their private providers or private counselors. We try to make sure that we're available for the underserved and those that, more the underprivileged that would not have that caveat. And we have some very unique programs that cater to all areas. Mental health, as you know, is a really, really big area, has always been, but really with the COVID-19, it has really surged. And we're seeing that on the driving front, I think with the whole thing of social distancing, the anxiety behind COVID has really increased a lot of people's mental health issues, finances, family issues. So we have programs that serve our adults. That's like at our Battle Creek location. We have programs that serve our children. We have a children, youth, and family center that is located at 1396 South Lake Plaza Drive, right next to the IHOP and the Cracker Barrel. That's where we do our services for our children. At that site also, we have the Apex program because we have therapists that are also in the Clayton County Public Schools that administer mental health services and support to the families and the children through the schools. Now, since Clayton is not in, going live face to face, we are doing our services as well through the telehealth model with our clinicians working with those families and the children. It was, I think the thing that shocked us probably the most was that once the pandemic hit and we began to gear up and the state model began to shift to doing the activities via telehealth, our individuals kind of surprised us because they really wanted to be face to face. And even, with the pandemic and all the risks, they still preferred and wanted face to face. And we had to do quite a bit to kind of work with them on that because, which, goes hand in hand with especially those that are in recovery, is just more the groups and the socialization is a better avenue for therapy for those that are actually, having some kind of addiction and coping skills issues. The telehealth was a little bit harder for some of them to grasp. So what we ended up doing once the governor gave us some flexibility with the executive order, we were able to do some hybrid type models. So we were able to bring some of them in using social distancing and, marking the floor, putting where they would be. And then also the facilitators are also doing some telehealth. So they may have 6 individuals in the group and then 6 on the screen interacting at the same time. So we've been doing more hybrid approaches. But of course, I think like with any other entity, we have had a decline in some of our services, especially with our developmental disabilities population. And that's, a unique group. They're located over at 217 Stockbridge Road. And in our DD program, those are for individuals that have more of the intellectual disabilities that have been diagnosed, before the age of 18. And they may have, things like epilepsy, cerebral palsy, autism, in those kind of areas, more developmental delay. In that group, many of those are a little bit more medically fragile. So the governor's order did maintain that, medically fragile could not, come out in those group settings. So we had to go to a telehealth model with them. So some of them, because the way our programs are designed, some of them live with us in our DD residential homes. The family, their needs are too severe for the family to take care of them. So they live in our homes. And then we also have in the Clayton County community, we have some host home providers that also provide services to those particular individuals as well. They're contracted through us. So even though The individuals go home with them. The services for their care and their treatment, they receive it through our day program. So we have over at the 217 a big workshop. But what we ended up doing was having to streamline that and have some of the staff go into homes and do some of the services there. And then actually the ones that I think now, right before, maybe in the last couple of weeks, we were up to maybe about 20 that are back coming in the shop. Prior to COVID, we were seeing over 100 and something a day.